Two fans recently asked me to do a show on motivation, and to prove that I'm not illiterate or aloof, I pretty much couldn't say no. Now, I could make a long list of typical motivational suggestions like create accountability for yourself by telling someone what you're going to do, or make an association between the thing you want to do and something else that you already do, or find a partner who will do the thing with you. But I'm not going to do that, even though I just did. Those techniques can all work, but they're actually habit forming rather than motivational. I mean, they'll help you do what you need to do, but they won't necessarily make you more motivated. When I say unmotivated, what immediately springs to mind? Yourself? Nah, you'd probably envision some couch potato. And even if you are a couch potato, you probably envision someone who's even more vegetative than you are. The couch potato is basically the icon for underachievement and non-motivation in our society. But hold on, let's think about this for a minute. I mean, how many lawyers or computer programmers or doctors do you know that work like 70 or 80 or 90 hours a week? Probably not that many, because it takes a supreme amount of drive and motivation and maybe even a little insanity. But hold on. That guy who used to live with you, or who still does, the roommate, the boomerang child, the spouse, the ex, whatever, that one that lounges around all day playing video games or glued to Facebook or Twitter, Instagram, or watching YouTube videos, I am totally gonna get banned for that. They probably do 90 hours a week too. Those people don't lack motivation. They excel at it. They manage to do the same thing hour after hour. And it's like laying in bed all day, which sounds great until you actually do it. Take a day off of work or school, whatever, and then just lay in bed. No phone, no computer, no TV, just for as long as you can. I guarantee you, you will reach a breaking point. And that is usually way before bed sores. If you really put it to the test, you'll find that doing one thing, even something that sounds enjoyable to the exclusion of all else, really is quite taxing. Couch potatoes join the ranks of the uber-motivated. Mind blown. All I need is psychologists to back me up here. I love talking to crazy people. That shouldn't be much of a problem. Moving on. The real problem of the proverbial couch potato or bed turnip, because that makes just as much sense, is that their motivation is poorly directed. The reason it drives you nuts is because it seems to be a huge, worthless time sink. And you're probably right. In fact, if you ask the average potato and they're honest about it, they'll most likely agree with you. Deep down, they have other hopes and dreams, just like everyone, that they're not advancing in any meaningful way, because the truth is, they actually like being a potato. They actually like wasting time. They're actually doing the thing that fulfills them the most right now, even though they've told themselves that that's not true. That's the focus of their motivation. I mean, if you could apply all that persistent slothfulness to something else, something actually worthwhile, they'd be unstoppable. Couch potato army. But they're doing something that's easy, you say. And I say, lots of things are easy, like doing all the mundane stuff that you don't really want to do, but you don't do it because you just don't want to. Yep, there's a little bit of potato in all of us. It really comes down to two things. Things you tell yourself you want to do, and things you actually want to do. All you have to do to be motivated is move that thing from the one camp to the other. The truth is, there are only a handful of people I know who are really super motivated. I mean, people who are on fire, the ones who are gonna make it happen, whatever it happens to be. Incidentally, everyone I've ever seen who's actually on fire is also quite motivated. And these people have a few things in common. Those common points may be what's truly missing for the average unmotivated potato. Here are 3 things that super successful, motivated people do. Number 1, no B plan. No option for failure. They are focused, really focused, and they don't spend time worrying about what if it doesn't work. They don't need a plan B, because whatever gets in their way, they're gonna find a way to keep doing what they're doing. Number 2, they push to failure. These people go until they hit rock bottom, and then they usually find that there's an even lower level, and they keep pushing after that. Incidentally, I think that's why a lot of success stories have a rags to riches theme. It's also really uncomfortable. But the subject of this video is how to be motivated, not how to stay comfortable. I'm pretty sure that the two do not usually go hand in hand. Number 3, they say no to anything that's the least bit distracting. They have priorities, and they often leave certain things undone to dedicate more time to their pursuits. There's dirty dishes in the sink? You just leave them. They won't complain. Just tell your friend you can't come to that next party. They'll complain, but you'll have more time to do the things you really want to do. They just have learned to say no. Man, that sounds good. No plan B, push to failure, say no to distractions. That must be what separates uber-motivated people from uber-slothful people. But the problem is, those motivational traits that I just listed are all ones that couch potatoes have too, usually in abundance. So yeah, that can't be right. So the most important question still remains. How do you move something from the yeah, you tell yourself you want it to the you actually want it side of things. It may be that motivation is elusive precisely because it really is different for different people. Even the philosophers of the ancient world couldn't nail it down. And I mean, they had a lot of time on their hands to think about stuff like this. And that begs the question, if they couldn't find the source of motivation, what chance do I have? There is no chance. Hang on. We got a few more seconds. Maybe we can make this happen. Thousands of years of study. I'm going to wrap this up in like 60 seconds. Go. Change something. Change anything. And keep changing it until you find something that works. Consider your end point. A little course correction now can make a big difference later. And appreciate the little advancements. Your brain actually rewards you for positive things that you do, so reinforce that. Being a little bit better today is still better than you were yesterday. And while that might help, I still don't think it flips the big switch. In reality, motivation is more than a choice, or even a series of choices. It's a part of you. It's more than something you feel, it's something you actually are. The truth is, you have all the motivation you need to chase your dreams, like right now. And you're probably already telling yourself that you want to. So you just need to move from telling yourself to actually wanting it. The good news is you can do it, because other people have done it. But you can't become the person who makes consistent choices in line with new and better priorities without changing at least a little bit of who you are. And if you're going to change who you are, you need to commit. You need to be strong and fiercely dedicated and every bit as motivated as a couch potato. A special thank you to all the root vegetable sofa-sitting Patreon supporters who ease back in a vegetative state and enjoy the videos and then choose to help. I really appreciate it. If you finish this video and you're still not motivated, just watch it again. You'll either get bed sores or you'll come out motivated. We could have a ton more doctors and lawyers and everything else we need if we just made better video games for becoming doctors and lawyers and things that we need. Do we need more lawyers? Of course, the problem is they'd still be undermotivated or completely unmotivated to do anything outside of playing the game. So clearly the solution is build games that can actually do real work. Whenever you want to do something that's a waste of time, you're immediately confronted with something that's not a waste of time that's just as engaging. And if you don't have something that's just as engaging and not a waste of time, ooh, that's a tough one. I don't know. A junior college class might help. Does that make sense? Gosh, I hope so. I think we've brought the entire discussion of motivation to a higher level. Or at least a more comfortable one. Settling back into that overstuffed couch.